The women's rights movement of the 1960s was a time period where feminists mostly focused on reproductive rights and women having complete decision-making over their own bodies. Feminists argued that some male doctors ignored or misdiagnosed women's symptoms. What brings you to the doctor's office today?
My stomach's really been hurting me.
Okay. Breathe for me. Breathe again. You're fine. Both doctors and women were ill-informed about female-specific topics such as menstruation, menopause, and natural childbirth. What seems to be the problem?
I'm about to give birth.
Okay, have a seat. Breathe for me. One more time. You're fine.
Ma'am, my baby is going to
You're
come out.
fine. Do you have health insurance?
No.
Then you're fine. Feminists pressed for free and available birth control, which was restricted to married people in the 1950s. In addition to birth control, women pressed for legal abortions. Illegal abortions, which were dangerous, unsanitary, and expensive, were responsible for 40% of deaths in pregnant women. In the 60s, a woman could not receive a legal abortion unless the pregnancy threatened the life of the mother and was approved by a hospital. There were legitimate reasons to have an abortion. Either they were unmarried and feared being disowned by their families, they felt they were too poor to raise a child, or the pregnancy was the result of rape or incest. On average, only 8,000 legal abortions took place each year, while an estimated 200,000 to 1 million illegal abortions took place. Welcome to the pharmacy. How may I help you today?
I need an abortion.
An abortion?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have medical insurance? Okay. Are you married?
Yeah. My husband left me.
Your husband left you. Okay. Well, that's gonna be $8,000 because you don't have medical insurance. So,
Like I said before, my husband left me and I don't have a job. And I was just hoping you could help me out.
well, I don't know what else to tell you, miss. But that's the policy. We can't give you an abortion. It's against the law, so. In the end, feminists were largely successful in raising women's understanding of many health topics, including women's anatomy, birth control, menstruation, menopause, natural childbirth, and violations of women's bodies such as rape, as well as diseases women were prone to such as breast cancer and cervical cancer. Activists established women's health centers that provided women with medical services, counseling, health publications, birth controls, and other services. The women's movement was also successful at making great progress in gaining reproductive rights by pressuring lawmakers and judges to repeal state abortion laws. Abortion became permitted within the first and second trimesters and even in the third trimester if a woman's health was at risk. And by 1962, over 1.2 million women were taking birth control to prevent pregnancy. Overall, the women's movement made great changes in not only the sexist stereotypical image of the 50s housewife, but the movement also showed a time period of coming together to fight for your rights.